Alright guys, we've got the Python no spill water change system here. You get the hose there with the tube on the end. You also get the connector there that you siphon the water out or put the water back. And you get the brass fitting there. So now we're going to check out the Python and see how that works. Alright guys, when you get it, it's going to come like this. As you can see, it has the adapter here in the top. It has a little ring here on the inside, the little white piece there. If you have an outside, if you need to hook it on the outside of your faucet here, then you'll take the little white piece out. If you need to hook it on the inside, which is how mine is, then you leave the ring in. So I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. I'm going to try. I'm going to loosen that out. I'm going to take it and we'll screw this part in carefully so you don't cross thread it. Just screw that in and tighten it up, and then you attach this piece. This is where your hose will attach. There we go. And just tighten it on there. Tighten it up nice and tight. And there you go. And down here, as you can see, it has the thing where it says drain down. You can push it up. That's how you would fill it. But I'm going to drain first, so you pull it down like that. And it says to use cold water and to start with the water turned all the way up. So we're going to do that. We're going to go back first and connect the hose, and then I'll be back to show you how it works draining the tank. Alright guys, you hear the sound there? When you hear that sound, that means the Python is working. It's pulling the water out, and so we're ready to start in the tank. So I'm going to start doing that, and we'll kind of show you a little bit about how that works. Got it here. I'm going to go to the swordtail tank first. It starts pulling the water out. Then I just vacuum up small amounts of the gravel as it's going. I don't do the entire tank with the gravel like this, just portions of it. This one's not too bad. As far as the gravel part goes, I try not to get any of the moss, but sometimes you can't help it. Just have to be careful not to get any fry or anything like that. I typically drain about, I'd say 10 to 15, 20%. At least once a week, sometimes more often if I check the water and the water's bad. The water in these tanks is pretty good, so I'm just doing a routine water change here. So I'm going to change it, about 20%. Whenever you get to the point you want to stop, you just turn this to the side, and it will shut off the water, and you can move right on to the next tank then. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to go through. And when you're ready to do the next tank, you just turn the valve open. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll be back in a few minutes. One note, guys, one thing I do in case I was to suck up something that I didn't want to when I was doing the water change is I put this net underneath in order to catch whatever I might accidentally pull through the Python. So I do that in order to make sure that I don't lose any fry or strength or anything like that. So that's something you might want to keep in mind is to do something like this to ensure that you don't lose anything. And then when you get ready to put water back into the tank, it's a pretty simple change. This is down when you're doing the drain. When you're ready to put water in, you just push it up and turn it, and then it begins to pump water through. Now my tap water is pretty close to the same temperature as the tank water right now. It's like late summer, so the temperature is pretty close. If not, you'll want to regulate the temperature either with a thermometer or make sure it's close with your hand or your body temperature. So anyway, we're going to go now and put the water back into the tank. One thing I always be sure to do when I'm doing a water change is add prime, and I dose the prime for the entire tank. So I have the 10-gallon tank, so I put 1 milliliter in each tank. So that's one step that I do, and I do that just before I start adding the water back into the tanks. Once you've got the Python switched to where it's ready to turn the water, put the water back into the tanks, then all you have to do is basically get your Python in the tank, and you'll probably want to hold it. I'm going to try to do it without holding it, and then you're going to take and turn this knob here to where the valve is open. You'll want to do that slowly because it will pump a lot of water in really fast at first if you don't. So I usually do it really slowly the first time, and then it just slowly releases the water. So let's try that. Alright, I've got it all the way open now, and you can kind of wedge it in your tank. They have a hook that you can get. I haven't purchased that hook yet, but so far it's been okay just kind of doing it like this, and I keep an eye on it. Of course, you just put the desired amount of water back in there, but remember, I put the prime in there first in order to make sure that the chlorine doesn't harm the fish. So it's really easy to put the water back in. Water changes that probably would have taken me hours just take me less than an hour now. So it's really amazing. So it's a great investment. I have an extension coming because this is not quite long enough for what I needed. So I would recommend that you buy the longest that you think you might need at the beginning on the Python water change instead of having to buy the extension, because it would be cheaper to do it that way. So just keep that in mind if you decide to do this. But this is a really great tool. It makes keeping fish a lot easier. So I would definitely recommend this to anyone. It makes water changes. There's no buckets. So that's amazing, and it takes not much time at all, as you can see, to fill up the tank. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This is Rick from BamAquatics. Stay tuned for another video here from good old Bama.